Welcome once again, friends. I welcome you all in this second video of the poem Go and Catch a Falling Star, written by John Donne. In the previous video, we read the first and second stanza of the poem. So, before I start explaining the third stanza, I would like to recapitulate what we have read in the first two stanzas. In the first stanza, the poet asked the listener to undertake the impossible tasks, a number of impossible tasks which are totally impossible. So let us know what these impossible tasks are listed here in the poem. To go and catch a falling star. The star, the meteor in the sky, cannot be caught by anyone. So the first impossible task that is listed here is to go and catch a falling star. The second one is to get the human child from a mandrake plant. That is also impossible. Nobody can get a human child from a mandrake plant. The third one is to find out the place where the past years are gone. The fourth one is to find out the person who clapped the foot of the devil. The next impossible task is to teach the poet to enjoy the music or enjoy the song sung by a mermaid. And next one is to keep off the envious stinging from human character. The next one is to find out the way in which wind promotes honesty in human being. All these impossible tasks are listed here, and these are compared to find out a faithful and beautiful woman in the world. The poet tells us, it's the personal belief of the poet that all these things are as impossible as to find a faithful and beautiful woman in this world. The thing is clear or evident in the second stanza. The poet tells us that if a person is born with special qualities to see the unseen things or the invisible things, and that person is given a horse or anything to ride on for a period of 10,000 days and nights to find out the unknown things in this world, and whenever that person comes after his journey, we came to know a number of beautiful things to know from him, but we will not be able to know that the person tell us that he could find a woman who is beautiful as well as faithful. So the poet feels that in this world there is not a single woman who is both beautiful and faithful. So it would have been the personal experience of the poet that he couldn't find a faithful lady in his life. That is why he compares his idea with a number of impossible tasks. So let us know what is written, what is explained in the third stanza. If thou find one, let me know. The poet asks the listener, if you find, thou means you, if you find one such a lady who is both beautiful and faithful, if you find such a lady, let me know. Please tell me, where could you find such a lady? As this is impossible for the poet. The poet do not believe that such thing exists, such a lady exists in this world who is both beautiful and faithful. That is why he is asking his listener, he is asking the person that if somebody finds such a lady who is both beautiful and faithful, he should tell the poet where he could find such a miracle. Such a pilgrimage was sweet. Pilgrimage means a religious journey. So he compares this journey as to a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is a journey made for a sacred place, or it is a religious journey. So to finding a faithful and beautiful woman is as equal as to perform a religious journey or to visit a sacred place. So the poet tells us that he will enjoy such a sweet pilgrimage. Yet do not. I would not go. At the same time, or at the next moment, the poet tells us that he does not believe that such thing may happen or such a lady may exist. That is why he need not to go anywhere for a pilgrimage for finding such a lady, because he believes that such a lady is not available in this world. Though at next door we might meet, though she were true when you met her, and last till you write your letter, yet and last till you write your letter, yet she will be false ere I come to two or three. In the next lines, the poet tells us, though she were true, though at next door we might meet. The poet tells us that we might meet such a lady for a temporary period, that she is both beautiful and faithful, and when time passes for a short period, after a short period, when we look back, we find that she was beautiful and faithful, but after a very short period, we found that she is now a false one, an unfaithful one. Now she has tricked with two or three persons. She had befooled two or three persons in this short period of time. Means the poet tells us that we might meet a lady who is both beautiful and faithful for a particular instance, but very soon we will find that she is now no more faithful. So it had been the experience of the poet that he couldn't find a faithful and beautiful lady in his life, and his experience is narrated here through this poem. The poet tells us a number of impossible tasks, and all these impossible tasks are compared with finding a lady who is both beautiful and faithful. So this poem is really tells us about the cynical attitude of the poet towards women. The poet doesn't encounter a lady in his life who is both beautiful and faithful. That is why he has expressed his ideas, his views through this poem. It is a beautiful poem because it has a number of impossible tasks which are beyond the imagination of human being, and the poet ennumbers them, listed them here in this beautiful poem. So I hope that you enjoyed this poem in a well manner, and you could understand the meaning behind the stanzas, behind these words, and you are able to write your paper while there is some question from this poem. So this poem was a beautiful poem. It was written by John Donne, but it was published after his death in 1633. So this beautiful piece of poem is prescribed in the syllabus of BA Part 2nd of Govt Tribal University, Baswara, and the students of the university or the affiliated colleges will enjoy this poem. I hope that you understood the meaning lies behind this poem. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Have a good day.